Hey everybody. Uh C4 Explosives thought it would be a wonderful campaign move for Bernard Taylor to meet Dean Thomas because now we're going to try to talk Dean Thomas into canvassing for Bernard Taylor and letting people know if you don't vote for Bernard, we're coming to get you.
Lord, no pressure. No pressure.
So everybody, welcome back Bernard Taylor.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome back UFC legend Dean Thomas.
Fellas, what's happening? What's happening? I'm so glad to be here, man. So glad to meet Bernard Taylor for the first time, and I'm curious as to his position on things, man. Because just first off, he a brother making it, so I'm already intrigued.
Yeah. And of course, C4 Explosives.
What's cracking, everybody? It's so good to be here with everybody in the house representing District 21 over here. You know what I'm saying? And Coconut Justice.
Yes, sir. You know, 21 is my baseball number. Everything 21. Everything my whole life was 21. So when I realized that C4 lived in Bernard Taylor's district and it was District 21, it was meant to be. And then I found out that Dean Thomas lives in that district too. So I was like, let's go.
Yeah, every day I'm surprised at learning who lives in my district. Michael Jordan lives in my district. Serena Williams lives in my district. There are quite a few people that live down here in Florida 21 that you'd be surprised, man.
I didn't know Michael Jordan lived down there, but it makes sense because he married some Cuban lady, which
Well,
I don't know if she's from Miami, but it makes sense.
the Jupiter area, a lot of
Oh yeah, the golf
celebrities and
courses.
golfers and like it's a lot of people, yeah, that live in that area. Like I said, you got Mike, you got Serena. Bill Belichick got a penthouse over in that area, so it's definitely a lot of wealth in District 21 in certain places.
So if Bill Belichick has a house down there, do you guys think he gets his babysitter for his girlfriend out there too?
Of course, man.
Absolutely.
This is where Robert Kraft got caught. This is where Robert Kraft
That's
got
where
caught doing
Robert
his
Kraft
thing.
got caught.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what a massage parlor was. It was in Jupiter, man. It was a massage parlor in Jupiter, brother.
Are they still
Hey,
open? I
getting
need a
your feet
massage.
rubbed in against the law. What are you
No,
guys doing?
they got shut down after that little thing happened.
Dude was like, "Those aren't my feet."
Yeah.
Hey, before we get too into it, because I was explaining to Dean before Bernard jumped on that Bernard has some videos out there about when he was doing MMA in a cage and everything.
Long,
But
long time ago, brother. Nothing to your level, man. I had a couple amateur bouts here in Fort Pierce in the Broward area. After like my fourth flight, I turned my pectoral muscle, and I was just like, man, I don't think it was worth it in the end. That's when I decided to pivot and become a firefighter. But I did actually think about doing it for a while, and truth be told, I'm more of a person that wants to, kind of help heal the world. It takes a lot for me to be violent. Um, so I just couldn't get my mind to the place that it needed to be truly great. And I got too much respect for that, for fighting and for that profession to do it half-heartedly. So when I realized my heart wasn't into it like it needed to be, I went ahead and made that pivot. But it was a good experience.
No, and I tell you what, I totally respect that decision to have that revelation and make that decision because so many people I deal with, they try to find it along the way, and I'm like, this is not who you are. Like you don't have it. Like you don't have
hmm
that mentality to go out and do this. Like you are a different type of human being, and if you're not the type of human being that's willing to like bite a person in the face while you're in here, then you don't get it.
No, real talk, man. Again, when that door closes and it's just you in there, and the person across from you is trying to break something on you or trying like render you unconscious, man, you got to go to that place. And if you can't get to that place, you're gonna get yourself
hmm
hurt. So,
Yeah. And
um,
that's why I retired as well. Like after I got to a certain age, I was 37 and I was like, yo, I don't, I got a son and I want to do other things. I don't feel like punching people and I don't want to get punched no more. So you gotta pivot. And that's good, like to be able to pivot and to have the options in life to pivot is a
Right.
Hmm.
strong place to be. So
Mm.
good on you, man.
Thank you,
And it
man.
helps with
Appreciate
marketing to have a face with no bite marks on it.
Yeah.
that. This is true. This is true. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Look at
All mangled up.
Yeah, I kept my ears clean, so I'm good.
yeah. I always tell folks that's how you know when to leave someone alone. Just take a peek at their ears.
Yeah.
If they got those puffy ears, boy, you better go buy another drink.
I, I
For
honestly, that's
real.
the first thing I look at when I'm in the streets, man. I check that on everybody. When I'm on a plane, I'm always seeing where the brothers, who my brothers are, like who know how to get down.
Bad man. I was just thinking about mangled faces, but but it's cool. It's cool coming down here and knowing that we start connecting dots, man. I know it's kind of off subject, but like, we had Dean on and we've had Bernard on, and it was almost like, why haven't these dots been connected yet? You know what I'm saying? Like linking people up. But timing's
Hmm.
everything, and it's just really cool to see you guys in the same space and to know that you're literally not that far away from each other. You know what I'm saying? To actually chop it up and make a difference. And just what, Dean, what is it like to have um, because a lot of these people out here, congressmen and people in office, they're in their office and they hide. You can't see them. You don't know where they are. You don't know who they are. They're not relevant. They're not in the community. What's it like knowing that one day Dean, that Bernard can come knocking on your door saying, "Hey, vote for me."
I love it. I love it, and I love it for multiple reasons, and I love the fact that he's more than willing to get onto this show and talk and to be able to connect because, like you said, like I don't know anybody in our local or any of the local politicians or anybody in local government. And
Hmm.
it's sometimes it's kind of difficult to even know what they even do or what they're in control of or what they have access to. But I know that they have to have access to something because or else they wouldn't be where they are. So
Right.
to be able to make this connection and to get educated on this is huge for me. And I wouldn't pass this opportunity up for nothing because I want to know, what's going on, what's happening out in the streets, and how I can be of some service because I feel as though um, I feel as though people need help, and I think that politicians need help in being able to bridge that gap between the communities and what they're doing, and I have that type of energy that I can bring to be able to bridge that gap.
Hmm. Yep. And never before in history have we ever been able to sit people down like this from all over the United States and actually sit Congress hopefuls down with people that they will be representing so they can actually talk face to face like normal folks instead
Hmm.
of just up on stage and you got like 150 people, 200 people behind you and everybody wants to ask questions and people have like ulterior motives and stuff like that. Being able to sit down like proper adults and talk things out, especially in a world that is so noisy right now.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
I think it's dope that we're able to do that.
Yeah, the world is so noisy, man. It's so noisy, and there's so many different opinions, and everybody draws a line, right? It's like you're either on my side or on this side,
Yeah.
and it's like, to me, I find that to be very confusing because it could be one situation where somebody doesn't agree with you on something, but then now they all of a sudden they're your enemy on everything. And
Yeah.
that's important to be like, yo, listen, we don't have to agree on everything, but I'm sure we agree on a lot more than we disagree on.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's the whole purpose of me getting into this race and trying to put things back into perspective. I'm running this thing from a grassroots level, so it's literally just me and the people that I'm out here meeting and I'm out here building those relationships with. It's not a machine behind me. It's not I'm on this team, so whatever the team says is what I'm going to go by. I'm a grown man, I'm 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I done lived a lot of life. I'm a firefighter by trade, so I see a lot of the worst parts of society, and I see the people down here at the bottom that just feel helpless, that don't get seen, that feel like their voices don't matter, and to see a world and to live in a country where I know that we are capable of doing whatever we want to put our mind to in terms of whom we want to help. The fact that we don't help the people here that need it the most, and we prioritize other things above them, it's unfortunate. It's infuriating at times, and I really just want to be a representative for the people here that feel like they haven't had representation for the last 10 years. You know, our current congressman is, you know, this is his fifth term. He's been representing us for 10 years. And as I'm going around the community, as I'm talking with people in the community, I ask pretty much everybody a couple questions. Like, first of all, can you even name your current congressman? And then if they actually can name him, can you name one thing that he's done to make your life better here in this district? I haven't found one person give me a good answer yet. So that's terrible in terms of somebody being in office for 10 years and you don't got nobody in your district that can give you like one good thing that he's brought to this district that you can just rattle off the top of your head.
But who is the Congress? I don't even know who it is.
See what I'm saying?
And he won't come on the show. He will not come on this
So,
show. That's for sure.
our current congressman is Brian Mast.
Okay.
He's a Republican, been in office, like I say, for 10 years. Before he got elected here, he moved down from Michigan with his family. He's a disabled Army vet. He lost both of his legs in an IED explosion back when he was serving. Um, he marketed himself when he first ran as being the guy that cared about the environment. That was his thing. He was going to fix the water situation down around this area. For our district, the waterways are extremely important to our economy and our environment. And for the 10 years that he's been in office, as opposed to being the clean water guy, we have still toxic algae blooms, still blue-green algae that poisons the air and affects our health around here and also affects the economy. Lake Okeechobee was voted the dirtiest lake in all of America, and
And
you're
that
supposed to be the
and
clean. You're supposed to be the
remember
clean water guy,
and
and
remember
that's the
that
one. That's your one
Chicago
claim to
is
fame.
on Lake Michigan.
Yeah,
Big
Right.
ass Chicago is on big ass Lake Michigan, and that lake is even dirtier than Lake Michigan.
yeah.
Really?
So yeah, it's the dirtiest lake in America. So if you're the clean water guy, and the lake that funnels down into your district is the dirtiest lake in all of America, obviously you're not doing your job, or you're not trying to mitigate the things that you said you were going to. On top of people losing their health care and people struggling just to pay their rent here in Florida. Like, you haven't done anything to help mitigate those problems in 10 years. And I know for me, if I had a job for 10 years and I didn't do my job, I'd have been fired probably after year two. So the fact that this man's been in office for 10 years and still hasn't done anything is a problem.
Let's do
Bernard,
this. Hey, Dean.
where did you grow up?
I was born down in Miami. I moved up here to Vero Beach when I was 11. So I grew up from between Vero and Stewart. That's where I grew up, man, all the way up and down US 1.
Okay. Because I'm always, especially when we talk about local government, I'm always looking at guys who aren't from here a little sideways.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Like
bro.
if you from Michigan, how
Yeah.
you come down here and then have the people trust you to run this area, but you're not from here.
No, again,
And for 10 years, you're saying we're going to make clean water, and you haven't.
yeah,
Dean,
Yeah.
if you were fighting in the UFC for 10 years and you didn't do anything, what would happen?
I'd have been got cut. Like, come on, man.
like you can't. You're not even trying to make the fights entertaining. Like, you just getting
Yeah.
up there to keep getting.
Just to have someone knock you out.
Curling up in the ball.
Yeah, not to mention, like, again, he's if you look at his voting record in terms of the things that he votes on that's supposed to help people in the area, like, his voting record is terrible. His effectiveness rate in Congress, I think, is like a 0.16, meaning that he doesn't get legislation passed. Right now, he's the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, so a majority of his work doesn't even involve what's going on here. He's responsible for how we interact with foreign countries across the world, and meeting with foreign dignitaries and all those different things. So he's even further he's even further disengaged with the actual people here in our district. Fort Pierce up there, the northern part of our district. I had someone tell me that he told them that he does not come to Fort Pierce, just doesn't do it. You represent that area, but you won't come to it to talk to the people.
Crazy to me.
Yeah.
See, that's why we can't trust politicians. That's why we don't trust politicians. because they don't
Yeah.
be in the street like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's getting a lot
And
of money
Once they
that's
get that
from
bag, they forget where
donors.
they're from.
Yeah, and fortunately for me, I love being out here with the people, man. Like I say, between my job, being in the community and helping people, between the activism work that I do, over Thanksgiving we were able to feed 100 families. For Christmas we was able to do a toy drive. I've attended over 120 some odd events over the past 10 months that I've been campaigning, and it's just been fun, man. It's been a blast just to be out here meeting people, having conversations, and trying to give them some hope. They've been beaten down over the years from people telling them that they can't win this area. This area has too many, Republicans. It's too red. When you actually look at the numbers don't say that at all. When you look at our district is actually 180,000 registered Democrats, 185,000 registered independents or MPAs, and then it's like 260,000 registered Republicans. So in terms of Democrats versus Republicans, there's more registered Republicans, but when you count the independents, winning them plus the Democratic vote is how you win this district. The problem is there has not been a candidate within the last 3 or 4 cycles that can win those independents and also galvanize the Democratic Party base to come out and vote for them. And that's what you need to do in order to win this district.
And this is the
See, and that
perfect
was my
time
point
too.
earlier about just having just people. He's playing on that whole Republican thing, and
Hmm.
just automatically people go, "Oh, he's a Republican, so I'm going to
Yeah.
vote for him." I don't know what he's about, but I just know he's a Republican, so I got
Hmm.
to vote for him. So I guess it's really important for you to get out there and hit the streets and you're like, "Yo," and you
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
even be able to get some Republicans on your side because like if my man ain't doing his job, come on.
Well, that's the beautiful thing too. When I'm out here, like it's a lot of people I talk to. Most of them I talk to are Republicans, and they can't
Mhm.
stand him because he hasn't done his job.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, his alleged ties to the government in Israel. As far as some of the things that he's done, he actually wore a military outfit of the Israeli government into the U.S. House. um, yeah, yeah, that type of thing. He tried to get legislation passed that said if anybody criticized Israel, that you can have your passport taken away
God,
Mm.
dog.
just for saying something.
Yikes.
Luckily, that didn't get passed, but that's what I'm saying. He
And
put
think
stuff
about
like
this.
that
Think
instead of
about
like
this.
helping us.
Think about this. They've been talking about voter ID and stuff, but even if you have a license, they're trying to not accept your license. So you
No,
have to get your passport. So if you say something bad about Israel and they take your passport, how are you going to vote?
yeah.
Mm.
Luckily, again, that legislation did get passed because everybody was like, "Nah, you crazy." But you got time to draw up paperwork for that, but you don't got time to draw up paperwork to get this water clean, to
How
help
about
us
it?
with this rent prices around here, to help us with the homeowners insurance crisis that we're dealing with in the state of Florida. Like those are the things that people care about. And that's what the focus has been on, which is why I've been able to gather so much support from all people from all walks of life. Because at the end of the day, man, we all out here struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, man.
Yeah, this is actually the perfect time for you to run because everything's so divisive and split, and nobody knows what's going on in the White House right now. Everything seems like it's smoke and mirrors. It's a lie. It's tricks. Everything's getting uncovered, and like, what are you supposed to put your faith and your morals into? Who are you supposed to dump that into when someone isn't reciprocating that, right? So now you got the Republicans that are diehards that are straying away towards like optimism. They're looking for a beacon of hope. You know what I'm saying? You see out here on US 1, and there's people protesting every week. You see out there in Port St. Lucie, there's people protesting every week, and you see in Fort Pierce when you're going to Friday Fest and you got that tent, you see Republicans coming up to you and you're having conversations with them, and you're like, we want change. We don't like what's going on out here. So you're addressing concerns at right at the head and right at the perfect time because right it's pivotal. So I think right now you have created something that is special and will motivate people to get out there.
Absolutely. No, we got to, man, because again, this will probably be our best shot to make this happen here, especially here in this district with the combination of everything that's going on, everybody fed up. It's kind of at a boiling point, and it's going to take the right person to get out here and challenge this man. It can't just be any old person that they put up as opposition. Because I tell people all the time, we had a chance in 2020 back when everything was crazy and Biden got elected. Yet and still, we still had our same representative get elected to represent us. So it's not necessarily, oh, don't worry about it because everybody's going to vote against him because everybody doesn't like what the president is doing. That's simply not the case because we have an example of the president was wilding back in 2020 and we elected a new president, but we still kept the same representative. So it can't just be everything happening is bad right now. You have to show people that you not only care about them, but you also can provide solutions and you are someone that can provide a pathway forward for them to believe in. And that's what I've been trying to do this whole time. And again, it's more difficult being that I'm doing it from a grassroots level because I don't have the machine behind me. The establishment is not behind me. I don't have the support of establishment Democrats because, like I said, can't nobody tell me what to do, and I'm not gonna rock no party line if I don't agree with something. Like you say, some things I do agree with, some things I don't, and you not finna tell me based upon just because you gave me a couple dollars what I'm can say and what I can't say. My mom and my dad did not raise me to be no puppet. I'm my own man. And I'm gonna make my own decisions, and I'm gonna run this race the way I feel like it should be ran. So I appreciate everybody that has supported me so far and has contributed to the campaign, whether that's financially or with their time. Volunteering. I like Mike up there knocking doors with me, like all those things to help us counteract the big money machines and the things that are going to be working against us in order for me not to get this seat. It's an unfortunate day. I saw a friend of mine up in North Carolina who's been trying to do the same thing. He tried to run as an independent, and he announced today that he was not going to be able to be on the ballot because he just couldn't get the signatures. And they make hoops. They make bigger hoops for independents to try to, you know, run and get on these ballots because of this way the system is set up. And he knew that. He tried to upset it, but at the end of the day, man, the machine is powerful, and you got to get in it first before you can try to, overthrow it. Which is again what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get in so I can get in there and make some change.
And I think one of the big things that you mentioned just now, Bernard, is that, well, the more Mike and I do these interviews, the more we find out that is both teams that are
Yeah.
dirty.
hmm
So
Yeah, ain't no good guys. Ain't no good guys and bad guys out there. They be like you said, Dan. Everybody, my team and your team, both y'all teams don't
right,
care nothing about you at all.
right,
They
right.
play on your emotions and they play on like putting y'all against each other while they continue to rob us every day.
And they
And
continue.
continue to do whatever they want to do.
Both teams continue to take.
Both teams continue to take the money from the same people. So the same people that donate to one side, they donate to the other side so that they goals and accomplishments can still be passed. So again, y'all get out there. If you're listening, stop looking at this as my team versus your team, good guys versus bad guys. Everybody bad guys right now. If you
Mm-hmm.
look at who donates to these people's campaigns, the policies that they pass, the legislation that they pass, you watch some of these people interviews and certain questions that you see them get asked that don't even seem that hard. You watch them dance around because they know they can't piss off the people that put the money in their pockets. Again, I'm gonna say what I want to say. If you don't like it, don't give me no money. Period.
Yeah, that's
And
just
we're
like that.
sending Dean to your house.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pulling
exactly.
up. I'm gonna pull up.
Hey,
For real, like I said,
Yeah,
man,
but
I'm
that's
almost 6 feet tall and 230 pounds. You want to run up on me? You can run up on me. Just because I don't fight no more, don't mean I don't train no more.
yeah. Hey, once you can shoot a free throw, you can always shoot a free throw.
There you go, man.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
So when is the election? I don't even know when the election is.
So the primary is August 18th. So it
Okay.
is myself and two other people that are running to get the Democratic nomination.
Hmm.
So on August 18th, the voters will decide whoever's a registered Democrat gets to vote in a Democratic primary because Florida is a closed primary state.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a registered Democrat before June, you get an opportunity to vote in the primaries. So once August 18th get here, the people will decide which of the three of us they want to elect to go up against Brian Mass in the general election, which would be November 3rd of this year.
And that's why it's so important to do the research on the candidates that are there, because whether you're Republican or Democrat, they're putting plants in there, and Republicans are putting in Democrats inside to run up against Bernard just so that they can shake the game up and try to be divisive and try to steer votes towards somebody else. And it is a dirty game because when you're almost like when you're that grassroots candidate, you're going to shake the room up, and nobody wants in nobody wants that room shaker right there. You know what I'm saying? Because they want business as usual. They want things to go as smooth as possible. That means that money's rolling in. So when you got guys like Bernard saying business as usual stops here, they're going to be like, well, we're going to have to try to put some roadblocks in the way.
Yeah. Yeah,
They do that.
trust me, I'm not the one they want, brother. Trust me, I'm
Hey,
not the one they want.
Yeah.
they do that though. Like they'll plant like candidates just to
Oh
kind of shake
yeah.
things up for you guys.
One
Yeah.
there
And this is
I
AG.
don't want I'm
This
not
is
gonna
the
talk about
Democratic Party doing it to
yeah.
Democrats.
Like I'm not gonna talk about I don't want to talk about my other people, but let's just say you announce that you're running and the next day you got $1 million in your account to run the race.
Hmm.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? You announce you're
yeah.
running and the next day you got $200,000 ready to go. I've been doing this for 10 months and I've only raised $50,000 from people all across the country. So trust me, when they want to keep things status quo, they'll get the money where they need to get to. You'll start seeing people endorse people that you never even heard of. People will start to get some airtime on certain places that you just like, hold on. I've been running this thing for months. Ain't nobody ever want to talk to me. You just got in and now you already got an interview on a place with like millions of followers. Like that type, it gets played every day, man. Unfortunately, it's a dirty game that I'm in and I'm fighting. I truly believe that again, just the strength of who I am and what I built being in the communities past 10 months will help me to get this nomination and will help me win this race. It's just continuing to grind, man. Like before I got on here, I was up in Spanish Lakes, which is the northern part of this district in a 55 plus community, banging on doors, man. And it's funny. As soon as I got home, I seen somebody on Facebook. He done already wrote me, say, "You was at my door. Oh man, I appreciate you coming by. You got my vote, man." I was like, "I appreciate it, man." So it definitely makes a difference when people can see the person that's trying to earn their vote when they can have those conversations. Because again, your current representation now, good luck trying to get them to even take a phone call from you.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hey, let me tell you this story. I talked to Earl Ford, that's running for Congress up in the Tampa area.
Hmm.
He's running against Anna Paulina Luna.
Hmm.
And he was telling me that the New York Times reached out to him for an interview,
Hmm.
but the Tampa Bay Times hasn't.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's because she kind of has a stranglehold. It's a lot
All
like
right.
what Bernard was talking
Oh,
about.
same thing. Yeah. If you
The
think the
machine
TC,
keeps,
you
the
won't hear
machine doesn't
nothing.
reach out to him, even though
Yeah.
he's running for Congress.
You will not hear the TC Palm. You will not see me in the TC Palm in any
Nope.
story or any article, brother. That ain't happening. But you will send me. I did do an interview with Sunland News, which is a brother that out of Fort Pierce that started his own little like local newspaper newsletter.
Shout out.
The day that interview went live, I kid you not, the very next day, my man getting text messages from Brian Mass asking him like, "What are you doing? Like, I thought you were trying to be like a credible person. Like, why are you interviewing this guy?" And my man said he been hitting him up for the past 2 weeks, like every day, and he ain't never heard from him before then.
How many
So
times have
We
we tried to
invited him
hit
on
him
the
out?
show. He hasn't yet. He
he
has
ain't
no
coming, man.
beep, no nothing. I told
He
May,
him,
ain't coming.
"Hey,
may,
Bernard Taylor's here talking. If you want to rebuttal, like,
he
come
he
on." And
he might
crickets.
after that post I posted this morning. With I fucked him up, man. So maybe
Bro,
he's like, but that's what you
bro,
got to do, man. That's what we got to do. Put him on blast. Put him out there. Make him come out of hiding, and we'll talk to you. Let's see what you
Yeah.
got to say. And you know what? We're gonna prove that we're right. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
I wouldn't even approach the conversation like that because, he might point out some things that we're wrong on. But the fact is, how are we gonna hash this stuff out if you're too afraid to come out of the shadows, out
Yeah.
from under the millions of dollars they keep
Yeah,
giving
that's
you?
crazy.
Like,
That's
hold on,
crazy.
hold on.
These dudes can just hide behind the money and their political affiliation and not have to come out and then
But
just
that's
they
why that's
Yeah.
when you like I say again, when you win every year based upon simply being a Republican and you're in an area with a lot of Republicans and you never are held account. Like you know that
Right.
you can literally go out here and throw dirt in these people's faces and then when you run your election, they're gonna vote for you because you're Republican.
Let me
And
tell you this
it's
story.
we have to break that. We have to break that hold in society.
Hmm.
Let me tell you this one. Out in Montana, Russell Cleveland, he took a picture of his current representative. The car, the representative's car, had plates from California on it. Then I
Hmm.
talked to one of my really good friends that moved from Sonoma to Montana to that district. She said, "Yeah, I heard something about Ryan Zinke being from California, and the only reason he ran for Congress in Montana was because he wanted the cheaper rates on hunting and fishing."
Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's what we're dealing with, man. It's like Tommy Tuberville up there that lives in Pensacola and running for the governor of Alabama.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Hey,
Yeah,
Dean,
I
what
don't
are
get
what?
that. I almost think it should be law. Like you should have had you have to be from here.
At least for a
You
certain
You
would
amount of
you
think,
could
time.
right?
Yeah.
you would think, but nope. I right now, according to Florida law, I can be here and go run in Tampa if I want to. That's
Makes no
yeah,
sense.
that's crazy.
Hey, Dean, what are
That's
some of your
wild.
concerns out here? Like, as far as I know, you're a father, man. I mean, like what are your concerns out here for your district, for your community?
Come here, Ace.
I mean, I don't know, man. Road concerns,
Oh, infrastructure,
infrastructure, um, obviously
Schools.
policing and civil servants, so things like that. Just making sure that we're all like one community and we're moving in the same direction.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Um,
you're
yeah.
you're also you're also training. Like you sit down and train kids, man. Like you see the future of the community. All the time when you put on the gi. You know what I'm saying? And you're rolling around on the mats and stuff like that. Like there's some crucial decisions that got to be made. So that the future is right there. So yeah, man.
But no,
yeah,
and I
these
trust me.
kids are
I
knuckleheads.
agree. I agree
That's
with your
true too. That's
infrastructure.
true.
I agree with your infrastructure concerns because again, just talking and being in the community, I was at the Fort Pierce City Commission meeting, and they were talking about how the seawall down by the marina. If we don't do something about it, the next hurricane, that whole downtown is going to flood. The seawall is it needs to be repaired, but the city just doesn't have the money to repair it. And this is where your congressperson is supposed to be securing federal grants for you to fix those projects. But do you think that a person that doesn't want to come to Fort Pierce cares whether the marine seawall is fixed or not? Do you think he cares about going up there to advocating for the money to get that thing done? No. It's the same with the data centers that they're thinking about building in this district. The current front runner for governor, Mr. Donalds, he just got a $5 million donation from the guys that want to build these AI data centers. So if he wins the governorship, you best believe there are going to be 3 new AI data centers in Florida District 21.
So now let me jump in as the guy, the representative from Silicon Valley. This is why these data centers are wild. They are building these data centers because they want to track us. They want to get us into having these digital IDs and all this stuff. So the Palantir, when you hear the word Palantir and you hear things like that, what they want to do is digitally track us. And I'm trying to remember the name of the other company, not ChatGPT, but it's like Palantir and something else. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, that's what these data centers are for. If the data center belongs to the government, they want to track you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah,
Yeah.
so and we
Yeah.
see it, man. I don't know if
They're
you see
trying
all
to
these.
the push for all of this Bitcoin and all that stuff is they want to track you and your money. And you remember what happened in Canada when they were talking about I forgot, the truckers were protesting something, and they debanked, what's called debanked, those truck drivers. They shut their bank accounts down and they took their money until the truck drivers started getting back to work. They want that much power
Hmm.
to tell
Yep.
you and make you do whatever the hell it is that they want you to do.
Yeah,
That's
and in
all
Brazil.
these data centers, that's what they're trying to do. The
And
chat GPTs and all that shit, okay, fine. But that is a commercial product. The government wants to use this technology to track you and to control you.
in Brazil,
Yeah. So
they have everything on a card. Your social
Yeah.
security, your ID, your money, and you have to use it to say to go to the coffee shop and use the internet. You have to show your face in a retinal scan, and then then they see your retinal scan, facial recognition. They deduct the money off of your bank account or whatever it is, and everything is controlled by your face and one card. It's crazy.
And if you think
yeah.
I'm
So
kidding, I've been to Dubai. And in Dubai, they have cameras everywhere. That shit is on technical lockdown. You can't do, you can't, not that I'm looking to break the law, but they're tracking you. They have cameras everywhere. And if they decide that you have broken the law, they can come get you.
So that's what they're
yeah,
gonna
man,
do.
scary times ahead, brother. So yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I'm again just trying to get in here and be someone that doesn't that doesn't fall prey, that can't be corrupted, that can't that doesn't allow money to define what they want to do in life. It's very rare. I'm not gonna sit there and act like it's a bunch of people out there like myself, and politicians always talk about what they're gonna do and say anything to get votes. But I'm hoping that when I'm out here, and I believe this to be the case, like when I'm out here and I'm talking with people, they see the genuineness in what I'm trying to do, and trying to actually go in there and represent you guys. And I'm not one of these people that's looking to die in office. I mean, I hope you get a good 4 to 6 years out of me, and then y'all find somebody else to come do that stuff, man. 'Cause I don't even like the cold weather like that. I went to Washington one time and it was snowing, and I couldn't wait to get back
He
home.
could wait to
So
visit Fort Pierce.
couldn't wait to get back home. So again, between all these different things, between the stadium that they got that's going up in Port St. Lucie that nobody asked for, between all the different people that are continuing to move up here to this area, and we not having the roads and the capacity to actually take care of all these things. Like I remember growing up here, like you can fly. No, I'm not encouraging speeding, but you could fly up and down 95 no problem till you got all the way down to maybe West Palm Beach downtown area.
Hmm.
Now, when I wake up in the morning, traffic backed up all the way to freaking Orange Avenue up to Fort Pierce, just
Yep.
trying to get down to Palm Beach because so many people live up here, but they still got to work down there because that's where the money's at. And if you want to live down there in Palm Beach or in Broward area, you got to be making a whole lot of money. So it's a lot of people that can't even afford to live down there where we work. Half of my department, because I work down in Palm Beach County, half of my department doesn't even live in the county because we can't afford it. And we work for the government and we can't afford to live there. So imagine just the everyday person trying to build their lives. And when you look at young people in this state, kids between the age of 18 to 30, they're leaving this state because they just don't see a future. So our workforce, our youth and our energy that's supposed to carry this state to the next level, to the next generation, excuse me, they're leaving the state and going other places because they can't afford it, and they don't see themselves ever buying a house. They don't see themselves making enough money to survive. So now we're losing workforce, and then on top of that, the people that are coming down here are retirees or people that are well established or corporations because our current government is designed for the corporations to benefit down here in Florida. It's not designed for just the everyday person to get by. So it is slowly destroying our state, man. It's just a land of people to come down here and develop and get rid of what made Florida special for me growing up.
Hmm.
But at least the Dow was over 50,000.
That is true. That is
Hey,
true. Yes, that is true.
Sam Pam Bondi.
That is true. At least that. Well, it was over $50,000. As soon as she said 50,000, it started dropping again. So she kind of jinxed herself.
Yeah. It's down to
Bernard, I'm
49 cents
curious
right
as to
now.
your passion because you seem so passionate about this. And
Man,
like to me, I'm a little like mind blown by how passionate you are because at a certain point, like even me, I'll be like, "Yo, man, screw it. I don't want nothing to do with it." But you seem
I
really passionate about this.
I can't though, bro. Like every 3 days, I'm on the back of that ambulance, man. I see it. It's in my face. Like I
Mm.
get this. I'm watching like yes. Last night I met a young woman. She cuts herself. She knows it was a suicide attempt. 14-year-old girl. She's she's transitioning from one to another, and like she's torn between her parents. You got the one parent that is like, I'm gonna love you no matter what, and then you got the one parent that's just like, what you're doing is evil, it's not right, and all that stuff. So this is like a fourth time trying to take her life, and I'm seeing those experiences. I'm doing, you know cardiac arrest and CPR on people who can't afford their insulin no more that I'm winning the cardiac arrest because that $35 cap got eliminated over the past year. And now a person in their 50s who could have lived in at least another 25 or 30 years, that person is no longer here because of somebody signing some piece of paper up in Washington that don't give a damn about them. Like I see all these different things, and it's frustrating to know that it doesn't have to be this way, but the people that we put in charge don't care about what we feel and what we need. They only care about the people that donate to their campaigns and put the money in their pockets. And I'm 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 tired of just sitting by and not doing anything. So I'm at least gonna make the effort to try to be, the voice of reason and try to be somebody that has integrity and character. And I'm gonna win or I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna know that I at least tried to be the person that made a difference.
Man,
Do you think it's going to be more difficult for you to get past the Democratic primary, or if you get past that, will it be more difficult to beat Mast?
The The primary is, I think, the more people that see me and get my message, I think I'll be okay because I've done a few candidate forums with my opponents, and just being in the community and talking with a lot of people, I have a lot of momentum on my side. And the more people that I'm able to have these conversations with, I'm able to persuade them that I am the right candidate. So it's right now it's just taking the time from now until August 18th to continue to make that case. So I got plenty of time. It's trying to go up against Mass in an area that he's been winning for 10 years. He
And he's
has
got that.
he's got $3 to $5 million
Yeah,
sitting in the
yeah,
bank,
yeah,
ready to go. Like he
yeah.
doesn't have to campaign until August. Nobody's going to run against him in the Republican primary. So he literally just has to sit back and wait till August before he even has to ramp up his machine. And you're talking about having $5 million to spend in a matter of 2.5 months. And if he needs more, he can always go get more because he's funded by the Israel lobby of APAC. So if they feel like they need to give him another boost, he got money that's going to come to his way. So that's going to be the task. Getting past the primary is going to be hard, but actual outworking the money that is going to be put to this campaign, and if you think that they won't dump a bunch of money down here, when they wanted to get that lady in St. Louis out of her seat, they put $12 million behind somebody to get her out of get her out the
Mm.
way. So if they want to get you out the way, they will not spare any expense. And it's again, I know that he is starting to see and feel it because I've heard stories of him being in the district over the past 2 weeks more than I've heard him being in this district over the past 2 years. So I think he's starting to feel the pressure, and we definitely need to capitalize on it. Which is why, again, man, I try to do everything I can with what I have, with the resources I do have. But I'm always advocating for anybody. If anybody know anybody, or anybody got a way to get more resources to the campaign, so we can continue to get things like walk cars and door knockers, and sending out mailers and all these different things. Again, the more resources we have, the more we can get our message out and win this campaign.
This sounds like a movie, a movie plot.
Right?
Yeah,
Take down,
pretty
yeah,
much.
take down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if I
I'll,
win, man, if I win, I'll let you write the script. I'll
we.
definitely sell more. I'll sell more tickets than Melania. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, 12 tickets. I don't think it'll be
I
hard
saw
to
this
beat.
meme. I saw this meme yesterday. It was a bunch of people sitting on this plane, just outside the plane, right?
Hmm.
And it said, "When Melania is the in-flight movie."
Oh wow. Hey, they make parachutes for a reason, man. They make parachutes for a reason.
Mission
So,
Hey,
abort.
Gene, you want to hear something wild that I learned about
What's that?
Florida's school system?
oh yeah, that's,
Rich people, rich private schools can take rooms, classrooms, and whatever from a public school and not even have to pay rent.
Hold on, what do you mean? They can
So
just go in and do
there's something does this school, I forgot, it's I forgot what they call the school, but it's a specific type of charter school that is run by a certain business interest here in Florida. Basically, if you have spaces, empty classrooms or space in your public school, this charter school can come in and commandeer those spaces for their students and not have to pay anything to the public school district or to that school to rent those spaces. They can all, it's just
They don't have
basically
to
come in
educate the poor
and they don't have to
kids.
educate them or
They don't have
nothing.
to
And
give
then,
sandwiches to poor
yeah,
kids.
so they
Nothing.
don't have to do anything. They can just come to the school and have class,
and
Isn't that
have
wild?
class. Yeah,
not give back nothing.
Isn't that wild?
I'm gonna tell you something I'm gonna tell you something more crazy than that. You know so we have something here in Florida called school choice, where you can get a voucher and go to any school. Have you heard of that, Dean?
No.
Okay, so school choice here in Florida, if you decide that you want to go to a charter school, the state of Florida will give you a voucher worth $8,500 to give to that charter school to come from public school to go to charter school. Because in the public school system, for every head, the government of the state of Florida gives that school $8,500. So instead of that going to the public school system, which is funded with our tax dollars, they take those same tax dollars, give it to those students to go to a charter school. Now, nothing wrong with that. However, that charter school does not have to teach your kid how to read. You can have
What a
you can
So
have a
there's no
person
obligation for them to
no,
educate.
because they are not held to the same standards as the Florida public school system. So they can get that money, have your kid in school for a week, and decide, no, this kid's too difficult, and send them back to the public school system and keep that $8,500. So now,
Really?
not only did they just steal your tax dollars, now they took that money away from the school because the school does not get that $8,500 back. That $8,500 stays with that charter school.
How is that legal?
Yeah,
Ron
how?
DeSantis and the Ron DeSantis and the Republican majority that's been running this state for 30 years, brother. That's how that's possible.
They be doing whatever they want, man. I give them
Oh
that, man.
yeah.
Ron
Yeah.
DeSantis do whatever he want. He just be like,
Yeah,
yo,
bro.
it's mine. I
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then those private school students, they'll take that same voucher, they'll take that and subsidize their private school. So if your tuition's like $20,000, they'll send their kid to public school. Then, all right, you're gonna go to private school. Let's get that voucher and save $8,500. So
Yeah.
your public tax dollars are help subsidizing these rich people's kids to go to private school.
In the meantime, they're banning books.
Yeah, and they won't, and they worrying about subsidizing, our healthcare. But the people with the money can have their education subsidized.
and kids can't
Yo, man,
read.
that's
Kids don't know how to
crazy.
read.
That's how they keep it all in the family.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, we're not even going to get into how people with money will fund both a Republican and a Democrat just because they want their laws passed.
Yeah.
Like the game is rigged. The game is
Yeah.
rigged.
Like, it is a reason why we don't have universal health care. It is not Republican, and Republicans don't want to have it. It's Democrats don't want it either, some of them, because
Exactly.
they are backed by the same pharmaceutical and health insurance companies that are
Hmm.
strictly opposed to us having a universal single payer health care system. So
Hmm.
until you have enough people get into these seats of power that don't have any corporate backing, regardless of party, I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat, until we overturn the Citizens United's decision from 2011 that said corporations and money are people, that basically allowed a unlimited amount of money to be funded by these campaigns. Until we do something about that, till we ban people from trading stocks, because there's no reason why people who have inside information in Congress should be trading stocks and turning themselves from barely having paycheck to paycheck to millionaires overnight. Like, it's absolutely insane, and that's why they stay in there for a long period of time as well, because they're doing nothing but enriching themselves. If they had the same salary as a state legislature, which, so a person that runs in the state of Florida that represents you just at the state level, they only make $7,600 for the year. For the year, yes, that's all you get. You to be your representative in the state government in the House up in Tallahassee. Yeah, it's like $7,600 a year, which is why you don't see people who work 9 to 5s representing you in the state government. You see lawyers, business owners, doctors, people who can afford to not have to worry about having to work a full-time job and going up there to make policy. So you asking why the policy is the way it is because the people with the money are the ones in those seats making those policies.
Hmm. And if you had
Yeah.
money, how would you build rules?
For you, you wouldn't care about the people at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Like I just want to make sure I keep mine. Greed is an evil thing.
Evil.
Right?
It's a
Yes, it
hell of a
is.
drug. It's
Yes,
a
it
hell of a
is.
drug.
And isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? Dean, think about this. All anyone here on this panel, all we've ever done is ask to give me a chance.
Yeah.
Just give me a chance.
I don't even want to. I don't even want people. Everybody don't need to be a millionaire. We just want to be alright. Like
Yeah,
We don't
a
want
lot of
exactly.
people
survival.
just
And
want to
that,
be
Right.
alright.
yeah, yeah,
I just want to be alright.
yeah, and that was why I said greed because like I don't want to say money is
Yeah,
the evil
agreed.
thing because like we
It's
need
not.
money, but
Money is a
greed is
tool. Greed is an
yeah,
emotion.
Yeah.
greed for
The,
more money is such an evil thing. Like these guys, they're operating out of like this survival mode as if they're gonna run out of money, but they're not. Like they're just keeping it and getting more and more and more and
more and more.
more.
Yeah, Russell Cleveland said, like, what happened to the days, like, when he's like, remember when, like, was a VCR salesman, right? They could take, they got two cars in the garage. They could
Yeah.
take 2 week vacation, and they could be okay when they come back to work, and they could
Hmm.
live a single family income, and that is like, if your income isn't over $100,000 in your household down here in Florida and pretty much anywhere else, you're screwed. Like, you can't do
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
struggle. And then you're not getting educated
And then
anyway.
you go
So
to, and then your kids go to a terrible school that the rich kids keep taking advantage of.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And like I said, man, it's a never ending cycle, and I'm trying to break it, man. So, like I said, I always love coming on here and trying to get the message out to as many people as possible because the more people that hear the message, the more people that are inclined to wake up a little bit, man. And so, I always appreciate you guys having me on. Definitely keep up the work that you guys doing. I'm gonna keep up the work that I'm doing out here, trying to talk to everybody in the community that I can. Because again, it's about February. Got a couple more weeks left in February, and then March, April, May, June, July, August. Gonna be here before we know it. So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, yeah. Let me know what I can do to help.
what
With the
where's your studio at? Well, you train?
well, I don't have a studio in the area anymore, but
Okay,
I live here,
okay.
but I'm always around. So
Okay. No, I was thinking about especially if it was like studio and you had like a small business, that'd have been great to like make some content around. Like we could roll around a little bit. I could ask you about, some of the things that you want in the community. That would have been like a good little 45-second video.
Can I
Like
can I
anything.
raise my hand and make a request?
Oh Lord.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
When
Carlos.
you guys do this, can you please bring Mike and his son Mikey so Mikey can go to school on Monday morning just straight flexing?
yeah,
man, he was so
hey, as long
cheap.
as he flexes on some rich kids, I'm okay with
Hey,
that.
man,
Lord have mercy, man.
I told him yesterday. I was like, man, we're gonna have Dean Thomas and Bernard Taylor on the show. He like his eyes lit up, man. Like when I first met Dean at the jujitsu at the camp over there, man. My son didn't even want to talk to you, man, but you broke bread with him and like you made him feel special. And that goes beyond that moment. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the same thing that Bernard does out in the community, man. He meets people where they're at and just changes the game for them. Like the perspective of like these people are superstars or they're my heroes and I can't reach out and have a conversation with them. Man, that's all bull, man. If they're real and they're about what they're about, you know, that's like they come down to earth and you're eye level with them, man, that means the world to them, and that inspires them to do great things. So when we all chop it up together, I'm bringing the family tonight to the event. So
Yeah,
you're
man,
more than
absolutely.
welcome to
Come
come
on
through.
through. Yeah, Dean, you close by, man. You come by Blue Iguana Sports Grill up off US 1, man. We're having our campaign kickoff tonight. Gonna just listen to some music, eat some food, and just hang out for a little bit, man, and try to show the world that we ready to do some things around here.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I can't make it tonight, but I know you got a couple of months to get things going, so I want to help you and get a part of your campaign and see what I can do to help you push this because we all got to have a hand in this. We all got
Absolutely.
to
It's
do
gonna
Hmm.
it's gonna take all of us, man, because
Yeah.
again, if we got to just sit here and wait till somebody spend millions of dollars against us, we gonna be wiped out, man. It's gonna take a movement in this area to make things happen. So, again, man, I appreciate anything you could do. Sharing, like anybody you know, just reach it, give it out to them, and if they want to contribute to the campaign, it's more than appreciated, man.
Yeah.
That's more than appreciated, brother. And again, man, I thank you for coming on and taking the time. And as y'all can hear, it's time for daddy daycare.
Hey,
Go
hey, hey,
go
hey,
take
Dean,
care of the
real
little
quick.
one.
Hey, Dean, what size T-shirt are you? We gotta get you a Bernard Taylor shirt.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a large. I'm a
All right,
large.
bet. I'm gonna make sure that might get it over to you, Dean.
Yeah, for sure. Fellas, I appreciate you guys, man. Let's do this again soon.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Y'all take
Thank
care.
you.
Appreciate
All
y'all.
right. See you.
Love.
Coconut justice.